Who do you think you are? Don't get too big headed. You acting all smart. You ain't nothing. Throughout my life, a lot of people have said that to me. And, hood start talking. I could say how that made me feel. I could say how annoying that is. But no, I'm not even going to say nothing. Google my name, Lawrence C. Harris. Google it. Look at what pops up. My website, my testimonials, my pages, my YouTube, my reviews, my books on Amazon, links in the description. So I don't think nothing. I know who I am. And looking back, a lot of people who would say things to me like, who do you think you are? They didn't know who they were. Somehow, some way, they lost connection with that gift inside of them. They lost connection to the fact that you are not what the world tells you that you have to be. Because if you listen to what the world says you are, your life gonna go terrible. Because the world gonna have so many bad opinions about you. It's gonna be people who got good opinions. It's gonna be people who got bad opinions. But growing up as a black man, if we listen to what the world says about us, oh, you just gonna be a criminal. You gotta play sports. You gotta be a rapper. You gotta be a criminal. Oh no, let them be the engineers. And this ain't on like a racial thing. This is just the messages that we're getting told from birth. Oh, you gotta talk about violence. You gotta be this. You gotta be tough. You can't be soft. You gotta put on a mean mug. You gotta eye everybody down when they walk past you because everybody out to get you. Do not listen to what the world says you are. Be who you truly and authentically are. Because even now, at 19 years old, I've done a lot of great things. And I don't say this to boast, I say this to say I am just an example of what is possible when you know who you are and you know where you're going and you stop caring so much about what the world says about you. Because, yes, people leave hate comments. Yes, people leave good comments. Yes, people send hateful messages to my DM. Yes, people send good messages to my DM. But if I was attached to what the world says about me, none of this would have been possible. And with that said, I want to let the people who are new know a little bit about me. My name's Lawrence. I'm a youth empowerment speaker. I've spent the last 4 years specialized in helping teens and young adults build self love, confidence, and a positive outlook on life. In addition to that, as I said, I write books on it. If you're a podcast host, school principal, or have some sort of organization that works with young people, you can bring me in as a speaker at my email address below. And if you would just like to have a one on one call with me, those calls are paid. You're able to book that in the description below using the consultation link. And what I want to talk to you about today is very simple. Who do you think you are? Who do you know that you are? What do you believe about yourself? What do you see for your future? Where are you going? Answer these questions to yourself. Because if you don't know who you are, you're going to have people around you throughout your entire life who will say what you should be, for better or worse, whether they know it or not. Hey, I think you should go to this college and become a doctor. That's not to say your parents are trying to push you down, just do what I want you to do. No, it's not that. Being a doctor is a high paying career. Being a doctor is a well respected career. Being a doctor is a really good thing. However, if you don't want to be a doctor, but you don't know who you are and you don't know where you want to go in life, you're going to take the path that others lay out for you. Hey, I think you should dress like this. I think you should talk this way. I think you should wear your hair this way. I think you should do these habits or do these things or come to this party. If that's what you want to do and it's safe, go ahead. But if you don't know your fashion style, if you don't know your values, if you don't know what is and is not good for you, and what is and is not good for the life that you want to live, you're going to do what you're told because you're trying to fit in. You want to be accepted. The irony, though, is that when you know who you are and you stand on your foundation, people, the world, society, all these things will try to challenge that. It will say, who do you think you are? No, you can't do that. No, you can't be an author at 18 years old. You can't be a public speaker at 15. No, you can't do that. You cannot achieve that. You can't live like that. You can't talk like that. You can't be that. But if you know who you are and you stand on who you are, you can be whoever, whatever, however, wherever, whenever you want to be because it's your life. Live the thing. You only get one of them. And unfortunately, I have found that, especially for, black men, we are from birth shoved in our face. You gotta be a criminal. You gotta play a sport. You gotta be a rapper. And if you want to genuinely go become a rapper, if you genuinely want to go play a sport, go ahead. Do your thing. But don't do it just because that's what the world says you should do. Don't do it just because that's what your family says you should do. Don't do it just because that's what the movies and the music and television says you should do. Do what you want to do. But the only way to do what you want to do is to first know, who are you? Who am I? What do I like? What are my values? Who do I want to be? Where am I going in life? What are my career goals? How do I want to live? Do I want to live in America? Do I want to go move out of the country? Do I want to become a father one day? Do I want a wife and 3 kids? What do you want? I'm not saying you need to have every single detail of your entire life mapped out, because I don't. I'm just saying the major things, like what kind of career do you want? Do you want to be an entrepreneur? Do you want to live in a certain place? Like when you decide to move out of your parents' house, assuming that you do you want to live in the same city or do you want to live in a different city? What do you want? And we often approach what we want from this limited mindset of I can only do what is familiar. I can only do it what my family has done. I can only stay in this box. But your mind allowed you to break the box. It's like we're in these invisible prisons and the you're the prisoner, but you also have the key. And your mind will either free you or it will be the prison. And the way that prison is formed is through conditioning, programming, what you're told, what you're shown, what you're not told, what you're not shown. If, like I keep using the example of, as black men, when we're constantly told you can only be a criminal, you can only be a drug dealer, you can only be a rapper, you can only be this, you can only be that, it put this invisible prison around our minds, and we forget who we are. We forget our power. We forget our potential. We forget our ability. We forget our gift, our skill, our talents, etc. And we try to force ourselves into this box that the world has placed around us, ignoring the fact that who you are isn't up for debate. Who you are isn't the world's job to tell you what to be. Who you are is who you decide to be. Like when people have told me things like, who do you think you are? I don't think I'm anybody. I know who I am. Google me. That's all I'm gonna say. Who am I? Google me. Google my name. Just let Google tell you who I am. Let my reviews tell you who I am. Let my testimonials tell you who I am. Let my results tell you who I am. Let my work ethic tell you who I am. Let my character tell you who I am. Let the man that I am tell you who I am. Because judge me not by what I say. Don't judge me by what I say because I'm biased. I love myself, so obviously I'm going to talk good about myself. Judge me by what my reviews say. Because everybody who bought my book, give me a second. Everybody who bought my book, link in the description, they loved it. Everybody who left a review on one of my speeches, they loved it. Everybody who supports me, they love it. Everybody who has come to my virtual events, that link will also be in the description. It's going to be on August the 2nd. Everybody who's come to those, they loved it. So, who do I think I am? I don't think I'm nobody. I know who I am. My results speak for themselves. My testimonials speak for themselves. My content speaks for itself. I don't judge me by my words because I'm biased. I love myself. Judge me by what my supporters say. Look at my results. Look at the work I put in. So it's undeniable that it's not a matter of what I think, it's a matter of what is. Because you cannot debate me on who I am. You cannot tell me who I should be. You cannot tell me what I can and cannot do because I am who I am. I will be what I shall be, I will become what I shall become, and I will do what I shall do. And the message of this video that I want you to take away is simple. First of all, know who you are, know who you're not, and be who you are, even when the world tries to judge you and criticize you and put you into this box and tell you who you can and cannot be. Because it's your life. Live it. Live a life that you're proud of. Live a life that you can go to sleep with a clear conscience at night. Live a life that is beneficial to yourself and your community. Be somebody that others can look up to. Be a good example to your family and your community and society. Be you. Have a wonderful, blessed day. If you'd like to purchase my books, link in the description. Interviews, speaking engagements, podcast, link in the description. Consultations, as well as my upcoming event on August the 2nd, talking about ways that teen young adults can break limiting beliefs, build self-love, and stop holding themselves back in life. That'll be both in person and virtual. Link in the description. Have a good one.